Okay, hey everybody, this is Insaa, and we are doing a Black Talk Sacramento episode. And today is May 29th, 2019. And this weekend we have the Sacramento Black Book Fair coming up. And I want you guys to know more about it. So I invited into the Insaa studio here at the Brick House Art Gallery two guests. The studio isn't quite ready just yet. We've been taking a hiatus to try to get it ready, but this is a sneak peek of what we're trying to do. But I wanted to bring in two guests, Barbara Range, which she's at the Brick House Art Gallery, and also Faye Kennedy. And we're going to talk about the Sacramento Black Book Fair. So I hope you guys enjoy this conversation and it informs you. And I hope you guys come out this weekend. And we're going to talk about all that information, wonderful information. And here we go. Without further ado, we're going to introduce our guests.
Okay.
All right. And Faye.
Okay, so thank you very much for having us on the show today. This will be the 6th annual Sacramento Black Book Fair. It's going to be another exciting year, and we want to tell people that all the information we're going to share with you today, you can go on our website, just like our name, sacramentoblackbookfair.com, and all that wonderful information is on our website and everything. So the actual Black Book Fair is going to kick off Friday, May 31st, with an opening reception starting at 6 p.m. At Underground Books. We're going to stay there for about an hour. We're going to have some delicious baked goods for dessert. So it's going to be like a dessert reception. And then around 7, we're going to mosey on next door to the Guild Theater, where we will hear from our 4 featured authors. And once again, all that information is on our website. And then we'll be there for about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. And then from there, we're going to walk across the street, come on down and do an after party at the Brick House Art Gallery. We don't want you guys to stay too long at the Brick House, because we want folks to go home and get up early the next morning to come and join us on Saturday, June 1st. We're going to kick off around 9:30 in the morning for Books on Parade. So people always say, what's Books on Parade? Books on Parade is an opportunity for people to bring their books to be donated at Women's Civic Improvement Center. That's where our headquarters will be. And it's also known as WCIC. We'll do a short walk around the community, and then at the end, people can deposit or donate their books there at Women's Civic Improvement Center and everything. And then from there, there's many different things people can participate in. We have a kids zone hosted once again at the Brick House Art Gallery. We have more than 25 authors. Many of them are local folks. I'm going to do a shout out to some of our local authors. So Genoa Barrows, many of you know her. She's a reporter, journalist. So she's going to be one of our authors. Ajamu Umi. Many folks know Ajamu. Fred Foote. Fred has written many short stories and novels. Then we have 2 sisters, Dolores and Denise Griggs will be also part of the book fair this year. And Kanika Marshall. Kanika is an artist. She will be talking about her books about genealogy. So I'm going to stop here, and then I'm going to let Barbara talk to you about what's going to be going on also. Take it away, Miss Barbara Girl.
Well, thank you, Faye. So, as Faye said, on Friday, May 31st, they come back over to the Brick House Art Gallery, and the book fair will be hosting an after party that we're going to be having. We will have music. We will have delicious food by Chef Pinnell.
Ooh, he's good.
He's really good. And then we'll have music, jazz by Norman McDaniel. So he's often back at the gallery because, wow, we just love Norman.
He's good.
Norman's really good. But we also have the art exhibition by Kareem Daniels. Which I'm super proud of him.
Yeah.
And it's called The Invisible Man, Reclaiming the Image of Our Black Fathers. So this is a photography exhibition that you can also come and view at the gallery on May 31st for the Sacramento Black Book Fair after party. And then on Saturday, we'll host vendors, authors that will be present vending. We have an excellent music lineup that we have for you all on Saturday, starting about 10:30 or 11. And we're going to have a talent show contest where we thought we would try something different this year. You know, like we're literally going to be signing people up at the book fair itself.
So I can be part of the talent show?
Of course you can.
Okay.
Yeah, anybody
I don't have no
can.
talent, but I'm going to try.
Okay, really? You know better than that. Yes, you do. We have our feature, which is Eric E.Q. Young, and many of you have probably heard of him. He played with the Daz Band.
Oh, yes. Okay,
He also played with Confunction.
Oh, yeah.
So he's one of the dopest bass players. So they are our feature. You don't want to miss him. He's the end, people. We have Spacewalker. Local, everybody knows Spacewalker, right?
Yes.
She was also a Sammy winner as well, but she's one of the dopest, I would say, edgy musical artists that we have here in Sacramento. We also have Jordan Nugent, who does conscious hip hop. We'll have Sean Thwaites, who plays the steel drums, which is real jazzy. So it's kind of jazzy. And then we will have poetry with Sean King, Anna Marie, Kyrie Malik, poet Lamia, and Joy Elon that will be present.
And how much is all of this going to be?
This is free.
Oh, free.
Free.
Oh,
Free. And it's family friendly, people. We want you to come out, really, and support the book fair. Seriously, 6 years that this book fair has been coming to historic Oak Park. And sharing the gift of reading and local authors, and then not only local authors, but authors from abroad as well, bringing you the dynamic Kid Zone, which is always well attended. And so we're hoping this year with the added entertainment step up that we've brought to the book fair, that this will also to cause you all to come out and gather and support your local poets, support your local artists that we have here, musicians that we have here in Sacramento.
Okay. And one of the things that we like for people to understand, Barbara mentioned earlier, this is a family-friendly event, so pack up the kids. Bring them on down. There's going to be a wonderful kid zone. Miss Tommy from the National Council of Negro Women, she's going to help us once again with the hula hoop contest.
Right.
And the reason I like to talk about the hula hoop contest is that it gets you up and moving, but Miss Tommy also gives out gift cards. So one year we had this one family, had several children participate in the hula hoop contest. They walked away with about $100 in gift cards. So they was really good. So each family who comes will have an opportunity to have some free books and a backpack, courtesy of the city of Sacramento. There's lots of activities for children. There will be face painting going on. There will be local authors reading to the children. That we will have lots of fun things in the Kids Zone. And once again, all of this information that Barbara and I talked about is on our website. But the most important thing, it is free. You don't just bring a little money if you want to buy books. Bring a little money if you want to have something to eat. Because I think, Miss Barbara, you said we're going to have some food trucks.
Yeah, we're going to have Nash and Proper.
Okay.
So if you've not eaten Nash and Proper, some of the best fried chicken, y'all.
Okay.
What can I say?
Chicken wings.
And then we're going to have Kona Ice here
Okay.
as well. And it's one of the kids' favorites. But yeah, two supporters that... food trucks that seriously support the book fair and keep coming back to make sure that we got food.
We got
here.
food. And once
Yeah.
again, all this information is on the Sacramento Black Book Fair's website, just like our name, sacramentoblackbookfair.com. You can get all the information. It's free. Make it a day event, make it a half-day event, but just pack up the kids, bring a little money to buy some books, to get some food from the food truck, and spend the day with us at the Sacramento Black Book Fair. It's our 6th annual one. And am I missing anything?
Share with a friend. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
bring
the
a
more
friend.
that you share, the more festive it will be. We really want to make this 6th year a monumental one. So make sure you share.
Yeah. And we'll be a little bit cooler this year. In the past, we've coped with 105, 106. So this year's only going to be a mild 91. So I'll take that 91 anytime as opposed to 105.
Okay.
Come on down.
We have free tickets too on the Eventbrite for all of our local artists that are participating. So we're really trying to drive this through. We want you to go to our social pages and we want you to share the information about the book fair. Please share.
Share.
This is how we create an awesome, well-attended community event.
All right.
All right.
Yeah. I do want to ask the question, how do you see the state of literacy here in Sacramento when it comes to Black people happening right now? Do y'all think that it's going up, or is it in jeopardy, or how would you feel
So,
about
when we started the book fair some 6 years ago, we didn't have any idea of the number of Black book clubs or literary groups. So there's about 15 literary groups, Black literary groups, folks who are meeting on a regular basis, reading Black literature, and we have a very active children book club. Matter of fact, it's young boys. They meet out at the 24th and Florin and everything. So I think it's improving, but I also think we can always improve on what's happening, spreading the word. So one of the things that we like to do about the Black Book Fair, even though the Black Book Fair is 2 days, we actually, and Barbara has participated in what's called a community read-in, where we go into the community starting generally in November, and it ends generally either in the end of April, 1st of May, where we go into neighborhoods, into schools, at libraries, community centers, where we introducing children to books, to literature written by Black folks and about Black folks. So that's called community read-in. So we always are trying to raise and build people's capacity about literature, because it's one way that people can find out about themselves, or through books. And then we're also trying to help connect people to new forms of medium, like graphic novels. So in the old day, I'm an OG, we call them comic books.
Yeah.
But now they call them graphic novels. So we're introducing young people to a new form of literature. And now people are actually using technology to read. People are using our ebooks. People are listening to that. So there's many different forms and ways that we're able to introduce literature to the community and everything. So it's for me, it's ever improving and everything.
Okay, that's good. So you have multiple organizations trying to tackle this problem.
Yes.
Okay.
So we work with the local public library, the Sacramento Public Library, and then even within Sacramento. So I'm a part of a group called the Colonial Heights Friends of the Library. They're a part of it. The various book clubs are a part of it. So there's multifaceted ways. We work with the local bookstore, trying to get the word out about literacy and how the importance of people reading to young children, the importance of people reading books, buying books, or checking out books from the library. Because once you do that, you may not have the money to travel, but through books you can travel using your mind and your imagination and everything.
One of the questions I have too is that what about practical reading? Like a lot of times reading comprehension also of everyday stuff like the newspaper and things like that is because we don't read the newspaper that much anymore.
Right.
Well, newspapers are practically going extinct. See that see the pages.
Oh, you talking how thick it is?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And that's where you see technology. I know I read a lot of publications online,
Yeah, I
or
do
either
too.
on my laptop or my cell phone or various devices.
Magazines, too.
Magazines, right? So I think that's how technology has been able to reach a different audience. Particularly, folks are under the age of 30. They get a lot of their information through mass technology, mass media, and folks who are over a certain age, we still want to touch the newspaper, we still want to touch the books, and so if people can't afford to buy the books, that's where we really encourage people to get involved with the local public library. And you can read the newspaper there, you can read books there, you can read magazines there, and then those public libraries is a wonderful source that most of the time folks don't know about. So, for example, the Colonial Heights Library, we were just there last night. We do the last Tuesday of every month. We do family game night. It's one way of introducing literature in a fun way because kids have to read the instruction in order to participate. So they love Monopoly. It's different things like that. They make bookmarks. So we're introducing literature in a fun, non-threatening way for you. And we had like 15 kids there, 5 adults. We was getting tired. Like, y'all got to go home. I've had a long day. So the public library is an excellent resource and everything, as well as the local bookstore.
And I think too that's what the book fair does.
Yes.
So the book fair is an avenue to reintroduce, a connection, a physical connection to libraries,
Right.
a physical connection to why reading is important, the books, which is why we do the giveaway
Right.
with the books. And then the importance of us, and especially our community, the Black community, of having books that represent us.
Yes.
How often are we able to see that?
Yes.
And then supporting why the brick and mortar is so important. Underground books, being here in Sacramento, in historic Oak Park, it's essential, that it stays vital, but it's also essential that community has to support
it.
that.
Yes.
I think Kevin Johnson was saying something about he did a speaker series and he shared the number of Black bookstores we used to have, which
right.
was somewhere in the hundreds, right?
Yeah.
And we're down to
very few.
Very few
Right.
bookstores. I think he was saying something like 50.
50, right.
Here in the United States of America. They cannot exist
Without us
supporting them.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
and I thought also too, well, you was talking about the technology part of it. I think that comes into it, like Amazon
Right.
is a behemoth. So
Right.
people it's so simple just to go on there and buy your books instead
Right.
of going to the bookstore.
The bookstore, right.
And I think, the bookstore, the Black bookstore, just like Black journalism, the whole nine is suffering. And like you said, you have to go out your way to support these things.
Because it's part of, I think for a lot of people, they don't realize it's a form of our history. So for folks over a certain age, that's how we learned about things was through the Black newspaper,
Yes.
through Black publications like Ebony or Jet. Most Black folks, if they're over 50, they had an Ebony or Jet in their house. Or Essence. People read those things. So even if you can't afford to subscribe to them now, you can go to the local public library, because I know they have them there, and utilize them there. But also supporting the Black bookstore or Black businesses, it supports us as a community. It's one way of us giving back to the community, because there was a time in our history where you didn't have access to other businesses. You could only go to Black businesses, or if you went to other businesses, you were not treated with dignity and respect. So it's one way of us giving back by supporting businesses and everything, particularly Black businesses. And local Black businesses are really important and everything.
Yeah, very important.
Yeah.
Our youth too. I'm seeing, especially, I guess, like early teenage to high schoolers who are using poetry.
Yes.
as their way for literature and
Yes.
expression.
Right.
And every last one of these poets, Joy Elan, Poet Lamia, Kyrie, Anna Marie, Sean King, they all have books.
Yes.
And you're seeing that the efforts of youth creating books,
Yes.
through places like Sacramento Area Youth Speaks,
Right, right.
says that is really invested in community and really invested in the
Right.
schools.
916 Inc. is another.
916 Inc.
Matter of fact, a lot of those authors, the young authors, participated over the years. Matter of fact, some of our first group of young authors to participate in the Black Book Fair, the first 2 years, the young woman is now graduating from high school. So we've seen her grow up with the Black Book Fair. So we always try to encourage parents and teachers in the community to see how they can merge literature, books, literacy. It can be very liberating. It is a liberation. Once people can be able to read and comprehend, you can begin to determine your own destiny.
It's very powerful.
It's you can begin to determine,
power.
because then you can read and know if people are telling you the truth, because you can then comprehend, and then you can say, okay, I'm going to go look this up. I'm going to go read this particular book and everything. So the Black Book Fair is a way that introducing not just to Black folks, but to the Sacramento community to come join us on June 1st for our all-day Sacramento Black Book Fair. And remember, it's free. You can get all the information on our website, sacramentoblackbookfair.com. Bring the kids. I would say bring the dog. I said that one year. A couple of people showed up with the dogs. So we had dogs in the kids zone. And that was a unique experience.
Yes.
But we want you to bring the kids, kind of like we love the dog, leave them at home for a couple of hours and everything. So, yeah.
Okay.
I bet. All right. So what's the theme this year for the Sacramento Black Book
The
Fair?
theme is creating a legacy. So we want to create the legacy of Black literature, Black reading, Black authors. And so you'll see that the majority of our authors are people of African descent. And that's because we would like to introduce the public. So if you go to book fairs in general, you don't see a lot of Black author highlighted. So the majority of our authors, not all, but the majority of our authors are authors of African descent and everything. So it's creating the legacy. So even as we, like I said, I'm an OG, 10 years from now, I may not be here, but I want the Black Book Fair to still be going on. So that young generation that's graduated from high school, we want them to continue the legacy of the Black Book Fair and everything.
All right. So there you have it. We have the Black Book Fair, and it's going to be awesome this year. It is starting on Friday this week. So if you guys come out on Friday this week, you will enjoy the kickoff ceremony for the Sacramento Black Book Fair. And then if you come early the next day, you'll be part of the Books on Parade.
Books on Parade.
So they're going to have a marching band, and they're going to be, they're going to put music to the books while people will, I guess they're going to put down their favorite. You're going to do that again?
Oh,
favorite
yes.
Books? Okay.
You identify, one of the good things, people, when they come to the Books on Parade, we ask them, what's your favorite book? And, I know people are going to say, Becoming Michelle, because when we did the
It's very popular.
It's very popular. So we're going to see a lot of Becoming Michelle books, placards. So people write down their favorite book. They'll carry that placard as part of the Books on Parade, or they actually will bring their favorite book or bring a book that they can donate. And so the other thing that we've been trying to do the past couple of years is to go into programs that service children who are homeless or without homes. So this year we're going to try to donate books to at least 2 programs that are serving families without homes or who are homeless and everything. So that's been really good. Yeah.
Okay. And what about that new trend where they have the little book
Oh, the,
book birdhouse thing.
Oh, we're
So
not
the free books.
the free book. You know, in the past we've had information about that. We actually did a workshop about that, the little library. We're not going to have a workshop about that, but thank you for reminding me about that. I'll make sure we'll have information in the kids zone about the little library, because that's one way. If you live in a community where books are important, you can create. There's a little library association where your neighborhood or your street can actually have one. Oak Park has several.
Yes.
The ones that come to mind for me is located at the Fruit Ridge Community Collaborative and everything. So it's the Little Library Association where you can find out all that information. Yeah.
And then Pat, who delivers books everywhere. But you can go in and around Oak Park. And so there are literally built small libraries. And the whole objective behind that is that books that you're no longer reading, that you don't have to have in your library anymore. And you place those books outside in your little library container. People take a book, but then what's supposed to happen, reciprocity.
Yes.
Take a book and replace
Place
it
a
with
book.
a book.
Yes. Yes.
I didn't know that part.
But it's becoming very popular, and they're all around
Around
here in the Oak Park community.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
And Carol Matson is the one who did the workshop last year. She's very active in that. She talked about how to create, and I like to watch because they're really different. You know, some are just like, oh my
They're
God,
art.
yeah.
Yeah.
Some people really got into it and everything. So yeah.
Yes. Okay, so come through, and then I think on the first night, who do we have as on the panel?
Oh, sure. Our featured authors. Okay, so we have 4 featured authors, and two or three of them are from out of town. So Bill Fletcher is from the East Coast. Many people know Bill Fletcher because Bill Fletcher ran a real prominent organization, Trans Africa. He and Danny Glover really breathed life back into that organization. And Trans Africa was one of our countries, and really one of the world's premier organization dealing with African and African American issues about the continent and everything. So he's one of our featured authors. And then the other featured author is Christine Brown. She'll be flying in. And then we have Isaac Segunda. He'll be flying. He's local. He's out of the Elk Grove area. And then another person who will round it out for us, her name is Minerva Stewart. And Minerva, we found out that she is going to love Sacramento because she's an AKA, and the AKAs already have adopted her. They're gonna throw down for her. She's already. It's gonna be a fun event. The 4 featured authors, and they're gonna be participating in a panel discussion that Friday, May 31st, starting at 7 at the Guild Theater. So it's going to be a really good, rich discussion. And each one of the featured authors are different and unique. So I'm really looking forward to see how someone like Bill Fletcher, how he's going to engage with someone like Minerva, who tends to be, from what I'm told, I have not started reading her books, but one of our members of our committee says she's just really funny. So and Bill tend to be a little bit more serious. So I'm curious to see how they're going to be able to make the mix and make that work and everything. So yeah.
All right. Yes. So that's going to be awesome. And what time is that panel discussion?
That panel discussion starts at 7 p.m., but we want you to come to the opening reception that starts at 6. That's going to be held at the at Underground Books, and then we'll stay there for about an hour, and then we'll just literally walk next door, and then stay there till about 8:45, and then from there we're going to come on and do a shout out to Barbara here at the Brick House Art Gallery, and we'll be here until she tell us to go home. I know I'm going to stay a little bit because I got to get up early the next morning and everything. It's going to be a fun event Friday night. It's kind of like a kickoff reception, getting everyone ready for the all-day event where you'll be able to hear and engage with over 25 authors of African descent, both local, statewide, and regional folks and everything.
Okay.
So yeah.
Awesome. All Right. So, and then Barbara, what's going to happen on Friday night at the Brick House? What's the plan? Do you got to have a musician or somebody's playing like you did last year?
Yes, we do. We have Norman McDaniel, so he comes back every year. So it's a I'd say like a contemporary jazz group.
What's the name of this group again? Candy something?
Eye Candy.
Eye Candy.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Norman McDaniel's with the singer. So they're always well received. Food catered by Chef Pinnell, which everyone loves and enjoys. Art by Kareem Daniels.
It's about fathers, right?
It's called The Invisible Man, Reclaiming the Image of the Black Father.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be good.
Yeah. So come out and enjoy the art, the music, and the discussion panel. If you guys want to hear, every year is really good. The discussion is really good that they have on that first day, and then come the next day, and then you guys can march around holding up your favorite book and hopefully inspire somebody. You might hit somebody to a new book. You know, so
Yeah, and honoring one of our ancestors who's passed on, Carol Borden, who
yes.
was the
She was a
founder
founder, of the Books on Parade.
yeah, I remember her. She used to walk around with the book,
With the
blow
horn.
horn.
Yes,
And she'd be like, "Books on parade,
Yes,
books on parade."
That was her baby.
Yes, okay. that was fun. I remember we walked all the way around. Yeah, it was fun. The people was like, "What the heck is going on?"
I know.
Yeah. Are they talking about books?
Oh
Okay.
yes, come on out. We tell people, come on and join us. Come on and join
Right.
us.
Yeah, that's the. I guess most marches about like you protesting something, but this is like we want you to do something.
Yes, we want you to read.
Right.
Requires action.
Yes.
So it's not against
Yeah.
something; it's for something.
Right.
Okay, so and then come the next day. Then bring your children too. The
To the
children's
kids'
gonna have
zone.
the kids zone, right?
Yes.
So if you want something to do for your kiddies, you can bring them out, and it's right here at the Brick House. So we have something for adults, something for kids, and something for authors. You can come through, and we have a few discussions. On the next day, you have the chat rooms again, right?
Yeah, we'll have the chat rooms. We'll have author circles where we'll have 2 to 3 authors talking about either their specific book or their body of work. So they may be grouped together as fiction, nonfiction, children's authors, religious authors. So it's going to be a unique way that people can engage authors and everything. Then, of course, several of the authors will be selling their books out at the African marketplace and everything. So it's really good. So come on out. We're going to have people like Dr. Stan Oden, someone author. He's local. Patricia Canterbury, she's local. Robert Alexander, Robert, Daryl Harvey, Minerva, the twin sisters, Denise and Dolores Griggs. They will be part of here. Ajamu Umi. So we have a variety of different authors. Some are returning and some will be new and everything. So Genoa is new. She's covered it for the Observer, but this will be her first time as an actual author and everything. So we're really looking forward to that.
Yeah, that sounds fun. Really fun. Yeah, so come through. Nice discussions, chat rooms, stuff for the kiddies, and no dogs.
No dogs. Well, yeah.
Like no animals, unless you're just walking by.
Yeah.
You can walk by if you're local. You can walk by with your pooch and
Yeah.
and be okay. But they said they had an issue when they had all the dogs, so that'd be cool. And it's probably a big distraction too as well. The kids be like, "Oh, a doggy." Okay, so that's it. I think that's it. And let's do a recap of what's going on. One more time, do the itemized list
Oh,
of
sure.
everything.
So we
That'd be
kick
cool.
off on Friday, May 31st, at 6 p.m. With our opening reception at Underground Books. And then at 7, we will literally walk next door to the Guild Theater for a panel discussion featuring the 4 featured authors. And then from there, around 9, we will mosey on down across the street to the Brick House Art Gallery for where you can engage all of the authors once again to a kickoff mixer. There's going to be delicious food, maybe a little wine.
Yes.
Barbara's going to talk to you about a wonderful exhibit that she's going to have here. And then we want you to go home a little bit and rest and get on up the next morning. And all of this will be on our website, SacramentoBlackBookFair.com.
All right. And then talk about the stage.
So the, pardon me, people. So the village stage, we will actually start about 10:45 or 11. So we will be having talent shows. We will be talent contests. We will have poets. We will have our featured musical guest, which is Eric E.Q. Young. 3 acts with Sean Thwaites, Spacewalker, and Jordan Nugent. And then we'll end about 4:30 or 5. So come out from 11 to 5 at the Brick House Gallery and Art Complex. He caught me off, you guys, because we went through this, and so I'm like, okay, what am I doing? All right, so that's what Barbara's doing.
And all of this is on our website,
Yes,
SacramentoBlackBookFair.com.
Yes.
All right. So, okay, so that's it. We're going to go to the SacramentoBlackBookFair.com, the website, check that out. Come out on Friday, starts on Friday, ends on Saturday at about 5-ish. And come out. They have vendors as well. We have a kid zone for the children. Check that out. Enjoy them. Bring them out. They're going to have all kind of festivities for them. And you guys can go and listen to some chat rooms, especially if you're an upcoming author. You can come out and listen to what it takes to get your book published or your work published, or if you're working on something. And you can listen to other local artists, authors and stuff of nature, and then also artists. They're going to be performing on the stage there as well. So you're going to have a mixture of brain and heart. So you can come and get the cerebral stuff that you need, and also get the heart stuff you need, and then also distract your kids for maybe 15 minutes.
Yeah.
and that'd be cool. So that's it. So this is Black Talk Sacramento on the 5, what is it, April, May? What is this?
This is May.
May the 29th of 2019. I forget the days. So, yes, and this is the Inside Out Studios at the Brick House Art Gallery, and this is our maiden recording from the actual studio. So thank you guys.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, thank you guys for coming out.
Thank you.
And we had Faye Kennedy and Barbara Range. And that is it. That is a wrap. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Woo-hoo.